Well, the fall weather has finally hit. It's getting a little bit crisper in the mornings, and everybody loves a nice warm drink. My usual go to is coffee, but recently I've discovered an herbal tea that is wonderful, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. Hey, friends, welcome back to the Savvy Saver Kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Hope. My mission is to help you get wholesome, real food on the table, but doing it on a budget. Today I'm sharing something a little bit different though, not a dinner recipe, but a nice warm drink. Now my usual go-to is a cup of joe. I love it always. I like it iced, I like it hot, I like it black, I like it with all the cream and the stuff in it, but it can get a little pricey. But recently I've been exploring some herbal teas and came across one that I am super excited to share with you. And it's called Holy Basil or Tulsi tea. While I'm getting ready to make a cup of tea, I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I've learned about Tulsi tea and let you know what our experience has been like so far. So first of all, tulsi tea or holy basil is an herb that any of us can grow, but you can also purchase it just dried from a lot of different sources. I actually found an organic dried basil on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below if you're looking for some and if you're interested in trying it. This is what it looks like. I'm just storing mine in a glass container on my kitchen counter because I make at least 1 to 2 cups a day for both my husband and I. And it smells really good. Not at all what I would expect a basil to smell like. So I'm going to share with you how I make our tea. So I'm starting with a Turkish pot. You can use anything. You could use a tea kettle or whatever to boil your water. You don't want it to go beyond this point right here. If you can see, there are little bubbles coming up. I'm going to turn this off right now. You don't want it to be at a rolling boil. You just want the water to be nice and hot. I am making 2 cups of tea, so I'm going to add my loose tea directly to my little pot. And I'm just going to stir that in. You could also use something like this, which is a tea ball. It's got a couple of loose leaves in it right now, where you just put your loose leaf inside of that and close it up and then drop it down into your cup. I've used this before. This typically is not, for me, the handiest because I only have one of these. So my usual mode of making tea is to use a strainer like this on top of our cup. So I'm going to let this steep here. I'm going to cover it just to keep the oils from escaping from that, and I'm going to let that steep for about 5 minutes. So our tea has been steeping, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of some local honey. Also get the benefits from seasonal allergies by using that local honey. You can definitely add more depending on how sweet you like your tea. You just like it fairly sweet. And then I'm going to take that first cup and pour through that strainer. There we are. Tea's ready. I'm going to go deliver this to Michael. Have a seat with my own. So I have Michael's tea delivered to him, and I am enjoying a little bit of time on the porch. It is a gorgeous fall day, and I wanted to sit and just share a little bit about what our experience has been so far with Holy Basil. First, let me just say that I am not a medical professional. So in no way am I trying to give you any medical advice. I'm just sharing what our experience has been so far. We've only been drinking tulsi tea for about 2 weeks. And the funny thing is, the first night that we tried it, I didn't really tell Michael what I was giving him, just asked him if he wanted a cup of tea, and he agreed. And when he went to bed that night, he remembered going to sleep calmly, easily, and he's had an issue with a shoulder from a construction injury years ago, and it's been a really long time since he's been able to sleep on his left shoulder. Well, he woke up during the middle of the night and he was sleeping on that shoulder, and it was not causing him any pain. So when he coupled the lack of pain with the fact that he fell asleep so easily, kind of freaked out, and he was wondering what it was that I had given him. So the next day, when I did mention the benefits that I was reading about with tulsi tea, he said, "Oh, okay, well, that explains some because I was a little bit freaked out last night." Isn't it kind of sad when you feel so good that it freaks you out? Well, that is definitely the case, and certainly the case as you get older. So, the most interesting thing that I have learned about tulsi tea is that it is an adaptogen. I'd never heard that word before, but it means that it's a balancer. So, when it comes to mood, if you have issues with anxiety or stress, it's going to kind of bring you down. If you have issues with depression, it should balance you out. So I think we can all use a little more balance in our lives right now. My daughter referred to it as just sort of a feeling of zen, which is really nice when you're chasing a toddler around the house. So if you're looking for something to help relax you, that is caffeine free, tulsi tea might be something you want to look into. Another benefit that piqued my interest was the fact that it helps to promote heart health and to help lower blood pressure, which is another thing that my husband struggles with. So if we can avoid any medications, or if we can avoid prescription medications, I'm all in favor of that. It also is supposed to help with cortisol, and that's something that I'm struggling with right now, that I am postmenopausal, beginning to feel a little uh, extra weight around the waist. And so I would love to be able to address that naturally as well. So it's also an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So if you have issues with all over body inflammation, it could be beneficial for that as well. I believe this is the reason why my husband woke up with lack of shoulder pain that first night, because he was already feeling the benefits of that. We've been drinking it for a couple of weeks now. 1 to maybe 2 cups a day, depending on if we are in the place where we can slow down and have a cup of tea. We've definitely enjoyed feeling the calm and just the mental alertness that we've experienced with it. So if you're looking for either of those things, or help with blood sugar, help with blood pressure, better sleep, or reducing stress, it might be something that you want to give a little consideration to. If you're interested in trying to find some, the Holy Basil or Tulsi that we have been using for our tea, I just found on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description just to let you know what to look for. And if you end up trying it, I would love to hear what your experience is, or if you've tried it already, or if you are a fan of any other herbal teas. Let me know what it's good for, and maybe I'll put it on my list as well. I'm going to go finish my tea and enjoy a beautiful fall day. Hope you guys have a blessed one, and we'll catch you on the next video. Until then, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this little video right here.